Hello everybody, welcome back to the video. Today, we have Texans franchise, obviously, right? But that is not the twist. Today is the trade deadline, in Texans franchise, and I uploaded an episode, and some of you guys, or I guess two people, said that they watched my channel because it's serious. So I thought I didn't know it was really this important, really, with the videos and how bad they were doing. So I guess let's hop into the off season here. Obviously, we want to start with some contracts. Probably don't want James Cook or Damian Pierce back. He probably is someone we're gonna trade. A full disclosure, by the way. Trey McBride probably went back. Probably no Johnny Smith. We're only buying him for this year. Just the rental. Could use Luke Tenuta back, but he's not even available. If he's on a very team friendly contract. I guarantee you that. So the only guy I could really think of would be James Cook, and it'd probably be for the long haul. If I had to guess, we're gonna have to compensate him for not really wanting to be with the team, but obviously an absolute stud character, just absolute beast for us. I don't think that there's any way we go without signing him. So I think that we'll go ahead and sign him, get that deal done, and now we'll look into a couple of trades. We cannot openly negotiate with Trey McBride quite yet either. Looks like we'll have to go further into the year. But yeah, I have some trade pieces in mind, but not quite trade targets. So, I mean, I'd really like to find one or two people, like trade partners for some pretty big trades because we are definitely in the market to make a bang this season. We're already starting off 7-0. We have 4 first-round picks. One of them's projected number 1 overall, and then the rest are pretty late. And then, well, obviously we got that middle one. We got the second, third, fourth, and 2/4 actually, and then a couple of 3/5, and that's really it. So, Eric Walker, Damian Pierce, put that on the board, and this will be actually the first trade. We got Damian Pierce across with a fourth, just for this year's second. I know we said we wanted to trade for some heavy hitters, but I think starting with a second round draft pick that could be traded is a good idea. And sorry if I'm a little bit quiet. It is 11:43 at night, and just trying to keep it down. What in the world right here? I'm just looking at trade partners. Obviously, you guys see Tim Northcutt, but I just seeing what sort of stuff we can get from him. Yellow interest from the Dolphins, but they have 3 very good free safeties for whatever reason. We obviously just extended Jalen Petrie, so not looking for a free safety. All right, absolutely blockbuster trade, by the way. Hopefully, you guys are looking at it now. Absolutely huge at the deadline. Obviously, Texans, us, we're looking to make a move. We bring in Chase Young. Can't bring in any better than that. Using the projected number 1 overall pick, number 22 overall, suggested pick, and then swapping, tight end 2s and 3s. Cole Turner, I like. He can come in and play tight end 3, and if someone gets injured, I don't doubt that he can come in and fill in. And even when Jonnu Smith leaves, who knows? He might even be the number 2 guy if he plays well enough. And I'm not sure really what else to get. I was thinking about even shopping for another receiver to be on the other side of Jahan Dotson, or like a speed slot receiver that's really solid, like a prime Jamison Crowder guy, like in the 85 overalls. I know we have Darnell Mooney. It's just not the same sort of player, and I was thinking maybe even he could be on the trade block. I've got a couple of other people in mind. Obviously, we bring in Chase Young. We'll put him at right end, leaving Don Reedy and Baron Browning out of a job. So Tim Mooney could be on the go. Don Reedy could have some trade value as well. Just stuff we'll have to keep eyes on, and we can also see what sort of. I mean, obviously Kevin Waddle's going to generate a lot of trade interest if we enter him into that trade block. Also thinking about, maybe even dealing Trayvon Diggs with how bad he's been and receiving a great corner. A lot of things that we can do here on the trade deadline, and I'm excited to get to work here. As a GM, I'm about to go crazy. So probably looking for a guy like Charvarius Ward, probably just a little bit younger though, but in that same like 85. Oh, really liking my. I like this right here. I do very much. And yeah, well, we made it happen. Tyson Campbell is now a Texan, sending Phidarian Mathis and Don Reedy, both solid players, right? Phidarian Mathis we brought on for depth reasons because we had an injury in the interior defensive line. I brought him in and played well, showed trade interest from other team, or drew trade interest from other teams. are able to flip him, Don Reedy, and I know we're trading a lot of next year's draft, so I'll have to add a couple of next year high picks in if I can make any more trades. So we're kind of in a trap here, right? Just with the players that we have and the realism that we're still trying to kind of keep at this point, right? But I was thinking of going all out with running back, just considering ours isn't a high overall and a highly valued player. But I think that he does the job just fine for us. No need to upgrade there. But if we're gonna have to make a trade, it's gonna have to be guys like this, and then maybe even a first round pick. If you know we're gonna get any guys that I'm thinking of, or I guess guys of that caliber, right? So, um, it's just a tough thing to keep realism in it. Just because Darnell Mooney we signed this season hasn't worked out. I don't think that's ever happened. I don't think anyone has signed someone on a free agent deal, traded him at the trade deadline the same year that they traded or signed him. So I just don't think that we can keep the realism in here. We'll also, keep it going. Obviously, Nico Collins, Darnell Mooney off of one edge, Jahan Dotson off the other. Absolutely, just cut ties with Nico Collins and replace him with like an elite slot receiver. Could do that. Kadarius Toney is very interesting to me. He can come in and play a dynamic slot receiver right away, but I feel like he's just too much of a good piece. I know you guys see Trayvon Diggs here to be traded. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. I'm not even sure if he'll be a part of the package. I'm just assuming if I need a next year's second, we'll have to just give away something like that. But I mean, we're just looking for a dynamic slot guy that can really come in and cook. No pun intended. And I'm not going for Brandon Cooks. I'm just not quite sure what I'm going to do at this point. See, now this trade would be kind of absurd right here. Bringing in Breece Hall, someone we don't need. This trade would definitely go through, by the way, too. Perhaps a little too easily. I mean, it's there. I mean, the value is there. There's also James Robinson in this room. I feel like would be a great addition. So, I mean, we'll look how close this is right here. It shouldn't be close, like, at all. I didn't really expect it to be. And we don't really have, the pieces to afford a guy like James Robinson at this point. Oh. See, and here's a problem about Madden 2 is, like, teams add way more than 3 items in a trade. Let me add more than 3 items. Let me add this this future, or I guess this 4, and let me add like a future 5 or a future, whatever. I mean, I would just wish we had more trade slots, because I mean, if it's this close, all I need is another future 4th, and maybe even a this year 5th. I don't know what would really make that go through, but I wish we had more than 3 slots to trade for. We don't need James Robinson. We really don't, right? We have 2 very dynamic different players, and James Robinson is just the balance of both of them. But if we're going to contend, a guy like James Robinson really couldn't hurt. I'm not even sure his contract situation at this point in time. So I just don't know. I feel if like their next year's second wasn't so valuable, this trade would go through like in a heartbeat. And I feel like we could get a future second from another team just in another trade. I'm gonna do this and then go with the 3rd, and then this late 4th right here, and this should. Oh, it's so close to going through. It'll have to be the 2, or I guess it'll have to be the 2 and the 3, or even like something like this. I'll try this right now. I don't like this trade, giving away one of our 2nd round picks when we only have, 2 of them. One of them is supposed to be higher than the other that we acquired earlier in this video. And this is a lot of trades. We're making minor trades to get big moves. It's good value though. It's such a tough decision to make, what about a 3? And then, dude, I just don't know what could make this work. Give him a 3 and then this 4 right here. That work? Oh my god, it is like dangerously close. Oh my. Finally, okay, so we will have to give up that the 2nd round, and then the early 4th. I'm fine with that, man. It's James frickin' Robinson. Probably come in and play a big role to start off with. Probably move Antoine Harrell pretty far out of the way. He still will get reps, especially on the goal line. But James Robinson probably looks to be our primary back. And then James Cook will still play the dynamic receiving back role that he has always played for, his time on this team. But we are just reeling in pieces at this point, and the good thing is there's not expensive pieces. As you guys see, Chase Young comes in and immediately becomes our highest rated players. But James Robinson added to our running back room at only 27 years old. Shouldn't be that burnt out. Could look to add another receiver, trade Nico Collins, trade Trayvon Diggs. We just need to acquire another corner at that point, though. We'd literally just be downgrading to Tyson Campbell, who plays his best ball. I'm not even sure if he's like a solidified boundary corner in the league at this point. I'm sure he could play the boundary, especially in game, but it would just be nice to get a few pieces back. So what I think I'll try to do is kind of put together a nice bundle of picks. We got good picks here, right? Probably one of the fives, a future, five. This is not going to be a good package at all. And then Nico Collins for a valuable corner. It's definitely tough. I'm thinking somewhere in the okay. That's cool. My internet does this thing where it shuts off every 30 minutes, bro. Every 30 freaking minutes, dude. It sucks so much, dude. Yeah, my internet's a hunk of shit. Apparently the next morning, let me move this down a little bit, a wee bit over here. Yeah, it's currently the next morning. Lost internet until now. So picking it back up right where we left it. You guys will have a late video today. We're talking about trading Trayvon Diggs, right? And it just would have to be for a package somewhat like this. Can't be quite with the Jets now that I realize that we already dealt with them. Very unrealistic. But that trade would have been awesome. Not really going to go after Jamison Williams. Christian Watson would be nice in the slot. DJ Moore would be really good in the slot. Just getting paid an absurd amount of money. I can't really think of like anybody else really. So, I mean, I'll keep looking around. But I mean, it's just like a guy like Chris Olave would work. But it's just too good. It's unrealistic. I understand that it could happen. Like, I guarantee you that could happen, like, in real life. I'm sure you can trade for a guy like Olave, but, like, for a very high price, and the price that he's worth in Madden just quite isn't in real life. Deontay Johnson is interesting, only getting paid $9 million as well. Deontay is a good receiver. To play the slot, he'd be really good as well. I mean, he is 29 years old. That's a bit high then. I mean, I'd rather have, like, a 27-year-old guy, but if a veteran wants to step in and have a veteran presence on the team, more than Darnell Mooney already has a veteran. I think he's like 28, 27, somewhere around there. Jay Jettas would be interesting. Odell Beckham Jr.'s here. Whole thing with him on the plane is just crazy. No comment on that. And yeah, at this point, I've kind of cycled throughout the whole league. Brandon Ayuk was up there in my contenders for sure. I think I will try Ayuk first, if I could get this stupid thing to work. They've just got a very deep receiving core, including Trayvon Diggs. And then it doesn't say that he's getting paid that much, but guarantee you he is getting paid a bit of money for sure. We'll try to acquire a third this year as well. Can't anyways. Puts him over the cap, salary cap. I didn't even realize that anyways. We'll go see what deal we can make with the Steelers then. I know I didn't have to go that far, you know, down the team slide thing. I don't even know what to call it. But yeah, Deontay Johnson, a future too. And do you guys have any, spare corners? Martin Emerson would be nice to have. It'd also be a nice trade piece with Nico Collins, is what I'm trying to say. It would be one of our corners. I'm not sure quite who we'd trade away. Probably Bobby Biddle. I don't know. Don't want Emerson. I do want Emerson. I do. But at corner, we'd have to trade someone on, like Stingley or Jeff Okudah. Both great players. I don't see a reason to trade any of them. It'd be Biddle. So Emerson just really isn't someone I'm willing to bring in. So give me a future two. Give me Deontay, an older Deontay Johnson, and then this current 3 for Trayvon Diggs. Doesn't quite go across. I'm sure I can get rid of this 3 and it still doesn't go through. Understandably so. I think that really that works for me. I'll give him the middle 5, I should say. And then a next year 6th. Will that get it done? And it's so close. It'll have to be the next year 5 as well. I have no problem doing that. No? Okay. Well, I'll have to be a future 4. Do we have that? We don't even have a future 4. It'll have to be probably this pick right here. I'm not worried about it. Done deal. Trayvon Diggs, 2/5. Deontay Johnson, and a next year 2nd. Good deal. I don't know. Tell me how you guys feel about this in the comments. Deontay Johnson will be very good right away. So, um, I don't know. Good stuff, I guess. I know we've already traded an unrealistic amount of times, which means I mean, it really obviously not too worried about realism to this point. I'm a GM. I'm a different GM to other people now. So if that makes any sense at all, I'm trying to say basically I do things my way, and if making this many deals at the trade deadline works for me, it works for me. Any GM at any time could trade this much at the deadline, and people would be shocked, thrilled, whatever you want to say. If you guys are curious what I'm doing right now, obviously going through, looking at high-rated corners, seeing how close I am to maybe acquiring one or two of them, right? Basically going through the whole league at this point. Negative 2 million in cap salary to get Andrew Booth, and the one I saw fit best is with the Niners is actually Christian Fulton. And then obviously, well, you guys don't know this, but I looked at J.C. Horn. He was also probably up for grabs, but due for an extension soon. He actually has, okay, this could be a dealable deal. I'm gonna see what a what a 4 and a future 5 does, or a future 6. How about that? We'll see how. Okay, it doesn't really get much. Not having green interest really hurts us here in a way. But yeah, Christian Fulton would be an awesome deal. They want a center. They want a left end as well. They want a quarterback, left tackle. Jed Wills hasn't really actually been that great for us. I'm not gonna say I'm more than willing to give him up, but I mean, be kind of willing. Don't want Tim Northcutt. Do they want Vaughn Cook? You guys can have Mr. Vaughn. They want King Vaughn. I'm just kidding. I mean, tackle. Do we have any spare tackles? Charleston, Larson here. How close does that put us? Halfway, and it'd probably have to be a 1. I'd be fine giving this away for a Christian Fulton type player. Just such a. Oh, I don't want to trade Larson anyways. Will a straight 1 just go across for him? No, but if I had a Nico Collins, it will. This one, I actually like having this one. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be like a 2nd round pick, anyways, really. But well, let's get it done. Done deal. Christian Fulton, for late 1, projected to be the last. In the thing, and Nico Collins just across for Christian Fulton, and now the team is pretty much complete. We got really good, really fast, and that would end up being with, or that would end up with the, okay, whatever. Bringing in Deontay Johnson, having Darnell Mooney, who will probably, yeah, I mean, he sucks. I'm going to be honest, he sucks. Deontay Johnson to come in and play that and the slot. I want him in the slot. That just seems to be a good pick there. Christian Fulton and Tyson Campbell, both, new acquisitions, will both be playing 1 and 2 corner. Derek Stingley, number 3. Jeff Okudah, number 4. Not quite sure how that happened. It's supposed to be, yeah, I guess that makes sense. We got these guys up here, Jalen Petrie. And then if we get injured, I mean, it's not a big deal, but we'll go ahead and actually move Zach Terrell to right end, considering, it won't really shake things up much. But so yeah, this looks like it'll be the final team headed into week number 9. Obviously I got to do some scouting stuff, but yeah, solid offensive line with Trey McBride, Jonnu Smith, Cole Turner now, Deontay Johnson, Rashad Curtis, Eric Walker, James Robinson, Antoine Harrell, James Cook, Jahan Dotson, Darnell Mooney, Steve Sturgeon. Dumb. Anywho, Tyson Campbell, Jesus. Christian Fulton, Jeff Okudah, Derek Stingley Jr., Bobby Biddle. In the cornerback room, Gardner Johnson, Petrie, both playing some safety for us. Baron Browning, outside linebacker, Kevin Waddle. And then Christian Harris, obviously one of the best linebackers in the whole entire league by now. So, at just 25 years old, 24 even? 24 years old, 3 years in the league. Absolute athletic stud out of Alabama. Did like him coming out this year. Antoine Harrell will continue to play that power back role. James Robinson will sit in the third down back role because James Cook just really excels in that department. I'll have to mess with formation subs and whatnot. And then these two will be our sub linebackers with an occasional Baron Browning appearance, along with Kevin Waddle. I guess Zach Terrell, Chase Young, both off the edges will be dangerous with Madubuike, a good run stopper, and Max Work, also a good pass rusher in the inside that can also somewhat stop the run. Christian Fulton will play in the slot and that corner number 2 spot. I really like these guys, but I do want to see what their contracts look like and when they're due for extensions. I could just do this and see if any of them are leaving us this year, could potentially be leaving us this year, and it doesn't look like any of them are so good. All the new people are not leaving, but I do want to go to manage staff, go to team salaries, and no, we will not be playing a game, by the way, in this episode. Just kind of doing this. Deontay Johnson has 4 years remaining. Very nice. Just signed a new deal, and it's a generally cheap one as well for an 89 overall wide receiver. James Robinson getting paid $5 million a year. How many years he has left? 3. Not a bad deal for us at all. Christian Fulton getting paid $4 million a year. Superstar X Factor, 26-year-old corner. $4 million a year also for Tyson Campbell with 5 years remaining. I think we just made a lot of the right calls. Obviously, we're gonna have Chase Young out here making plenty of money too, but we'll have to sign him in another 2 years. He'll be 28 years old, still hopefully be the stud he is today. But we do have to remember we're going to have to pay Eric Walker at one point as well. In 3 years, though. I don't know. It should be a fun second half of the season. Obviously, we are built to win right now, and I don't think that changes at all. Let's go ahead and look at some national scouting focuses here. Strength of the class is wide receiver, cornerback, left outside linebacker. Where could we actually get better? I'd say on the offensive line, really. The guards especially. Our guards aren't like top of the line. Quinn Miners probably all right. I mean, he's good. Quinn Miners. I want to switch him over actually to left guard, and then Dante Ricard over to right guard. So that could be something, a switch I do in this episode as well. Don't need a tackle, that's for sure. Tight end, maybe. If we're gonna lose Jonnu after the season as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna go focus tight end, but we'll just look around, see what feels good. Defensive tackle could definitely upgrade there. We'll just do that actually. So yeah, we'll actually focus on the defensive tackle. I didn't even think about that. That is gonna be a need here. Probably need an elite interior guy here soon. We should have a pretty middle of the pack first round pick that is projected right now. But yeah, one thing I did want to do is move, I think what his name is Dante Ricard, on over to right guard because we run towards this guy a little bit more. So I want to move Dante to right guard and Quinn Miners over to left because we'll be running behind Miners more. So I'd just be more happy with that in the long run. I just prefer running behind Quinn Miners out of everybody. So Miners makes a move over to left guard. We'll run behind him a little bit more. I don't know. I like the moves that we made. Once again, good stuff just by us getting some deals done by the trade deadline. James Robinson should be pretty good. I actually want to go see his stats. Probably has 89 speed or something. Yeah, 89 speed, 90 excel. I'm not saying he's going to be great or anything. I do want to put a good number on him. Going through a hiccup / something right now. I don't know, they're minor burps going in and out. Number 25 is here. That was his number. He also ran the number 30 and then 33, right? I do like the number 33 on him, especially in the Texans font. 25 also looks pretty good. Do we have any single digit numbers open right now? We have number 7 and number 9. Brevin Jordan and Trayvon Diggs, former numbers. I think that we'll run with the 33 with him. Tell me what you guys think about that. I think it's a good number. What is Jerome Ford wearing even? I think it's number 31. I'm not even going to look. Yeah, Deontay Johnson, what are you running? What number? 19? Oh, come on, man. Might as well just go run the number 9, right? So put him onto the number 9. And then I'll outro the video if I can't think of anything else. And I'm going to make Madubuike remove that little number 99 of his, go to a 98, and that way Chase Young can wear the number 99, because I think that is just what is smartest. And I forgot to dial in some captains for the team. He'll be set as captain. There you go. Chase Young is a captain on this team now. I do want to edit player. Instead of wearing the number 96, he'll go to the number 99. What does he wear right now? I think it is 99. We'll see how it looks on him. It is 90 or 99. I can't remember which one of the two, but it's got to be one of those. I'm pretty sure. I probably look like an absolute clown right now. Eric Walker, has he stepped into a leadership role yet? I think so. He's been through enough adversity with the team. Set him as a captain as well. James Cook doesn't seem to be cut out for a captain role. Jahan Dotson does, though, for sure. Trey McBride maybe as well. Quinn Miner, someone on the offensive line. I really like Corey Weston as my captain. I think he's already a captain, though. He is not. I'm going to go ahead and set him as my captain. Numero dos on offense for sure. Him and Eric Walker will make a good group of captains there. Christian Harris has got to be a captain, man. I know he doesn't really seem like one to be like a leader. I know that sounds kind of corny / weird and maybe even offensive. I don't know. But I think that'll have to be that. Maybe someone on the defensive line. Chase Young, we already made a captain, right? Yeah, so those guys will be our captains, and we'll move on with the season now. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the trade deadline episode here, because let me tell you something. I did, because now we have, probably the most complete roster in football. Despite overall, obviously, we're at an 88. Probably like that to be higher. We should get a massive space-eating defensive tackle. Maybe if it's this offseason, through the draft, whatever it might be, we need one. Obviously, Max Warwick will continue to develop for us. Zach Terrell on the edge, along with Chase Young now. Some opportunities might free up for one or the other. Should be fun. I'm excited to see the last half of the season, and I will continue playing this, and probably a little bit more often than you guys, or more often than you guys would think, / what you guys wanted me to play it more. So, yeah.